Welcome back to the channel. I'm Kevin, and today I am back with another solo leveling project. I'm going to be making the Teleportation Stone from the anime. I think in the webtoon this was called a Hearthstone, or at least that was what it was translated to in the version I read a couple of years ago. Whatever you decide to call it, this is the fist-sized stone that you can use to escape dungeons created by the system. In the webtoon, we only see this in the first instance dungeon. It seems to only exist to give our fearless main character the choice between retreating and going ahead and fighting the boss. In the anime, we first see this in episode 4, for about 2 seconds. I thought this was going to be another insignificant item in the anime, like it is in the webtoon, but they made some changes while adapting this. They extended the Cerberus fight, so we see this again in episode 7, which is kind of cool. I started my setup by adjusting the image in GIMP. I probably could have done this based on the raw image, but this only took a couple of minutes and made the modeling so much easier. Modeling this was really fast. I scaled a sphere into the right shape in just a couple of minutes. Later I shifted this around to add some irregularities, because it's not supposed to be perfectly smooth. I created the symbol on the stone by tracing my reference with a plane, which I then extruded. I creased some of the edges and then applied a subdivision surface modifier to smooth it out. This isn't my first runestone, so I've actually done cut-in symbols like this a couple of times. I found the easiest approach is to copy and shrink the exterior shell by a couple of millimeters. That way you can cut into the exterior shell with the symbol, which will have a flat bottom, but then that internal shape will provide a nice rounded contour. I printed this, sanded it, and then applied some wood filler to some of the rougher areas. I applied several coats of paint and forgot to film any of it. It happens. The only thing that was somewhat interesting was how I mixed the colors I used. I combined folk art metallic paint with regular acrylic paint, about half and half, to get the shade I wanted. I thought this would look weird if it was fully metallic and reflective, but I did want to give it a little bit of shine. I know from reading articles about painting minis that there are some really nuanced effects you can do with metallic and non-metallic paints, but I'm nowhere near ready for that. For now, this is a quick and easy way I can make my prints look a little bit better. I finished this off with a coat of spray-on matte sealer. I sprayed one side, let it dry, and then came back the next day to spray the back. Normally I set my prints down and then spray them, but because of the shape, this rolled around more than any other print I've done, so I resorted to putting on a glove and holding it still. I'm pretty pleased with the results. I've done a few different runestones, so this wasn't particularly challenging, but it was a fun little project. This was a pretty quick project, which was great because I'm also working on an April Fool's Day prank video, which should be going live in the next few days. If you enjoyed this project and want to make your own, I'll post all the files on Thingiverse. There'll be a link in the video description down below. If you want to see my other solo leveling videos, I'll put the playlist on screen now, someplace in this general area. If you want to see my upcoming work, including that April Fool's Day video, as well as some of the other solo leveling projects I have in the works, then make sure you hit the subscribe button and notification bell. Until next time.